Malaria is one of the most serious health problems facing the world today, and more specifically, one of the deadliest diseases in Nigeria. Studies have shown that about 250,000 children die annually from malaria fever in Nigeria. The question is, what exactly do Nigerians know about malaria?
Yeah, it is being caused by a mosquito called Anopheles mosquito. And if you live around your vicinity, stagnant water, it can also allow mosquito to breed, of which when they flies, they bite, they can infect an individual with malaria.
Um, Malaria is a disease that's caused by the female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, and it's transmitted by the vector.
A very dangerous virus. The virus is very dangerous that it needs to be prevented by people.
Malaria is a parasite, mostly caused by mosquito bites.
Dr. Obaito, the Senior Registrar of the Department of Family Medicine at the National Hospital, Abuja, speaks on this.
It is an infection caused by a parasite called Plasmodium falciparum. Well, that's one species of the parasites. There are usually four, but that's the most common one in the environment. And it's transmitted by the bite of mosquito from the female Anopheles mosquito. Right, so it's a protozoa, it's a parasite that is transferred by the mosquito, the Anopheles mosquito, by bites. And it has a cycle which occurs in both the mosquito and the human being.
It has been discovered that Nigerians hardly seek medical attention for malaria fever, and drugs are usually gotten over the counter in chemists, shops, and dispensaries. The senior registrar also speaks on this.
You need to test and confirm that this is malaria before treating, because if we keep treating when it's not malaria, you're exposing the drug to resistance, you're exposing the person to treatment for what is not. You're missing out what the person has, and you're treating malaria. So the current trend, the current recommendation is that you test and you treat.
Speaking on the preventive measures for malaria, let's listen to a variety of opinions from members of the public.
And use insecticide. If you're living in an area that you see there are a lot of mosquitoes around, you use insecticide to kill them, or you make use of the mosquito net, or if you live in a bushy area where there are weeds, grasses, you clear them, make sure you keep the place clean, and make sure you don't keep stagnant water around.
Majorly, you consult your doctor. Yes, consult your doctor for treatment.
25th of April marks the World Malaria Day, and it is a special day to sensitize the public about malaria. The specialist in family medicine has a message for Nigerians.
Basically, prevent yourself from being bitten by mosquitoes. Since this is what carries the parasites, so how do you avoid mosquitoes? Various measures have been introduced over the years. You need to clear the breeding places for these mosquitoes. So make sure there are no water lying around your houses, clear the bushes, and of course, kill the mosquitoes by fumigation, by insecticides. And malaria is more severe in children and in pregnant women. So avoid children outside after 5 p.m. And if they must be outside, they should wear protective clothes, long stockings, long trousers, long sleeves, if for any reason they must be outside after 5. And in the event of fever, develops fever and lasts over a day, it's better to go to hospital, nearest hospital, and get tested and treated.
Maintaining a good personal hygiene seems to be the most proactive measure to curb the spread of malaria. This is, however, not a strange concept to Muslims, as Islam enjoins purity as one of the most basic acts of worship.
You know, Islam taught us to be clean, neat, and to purify ourselves whenever we are going to worship and whenever we are going around. We make sure that our body is clean, our clothes are clean, and our environment is also clean. Secondly, as a Muslim, if you are going to worship, you have to purify yourself when you excrete. You make sure you perform ablution. So all these are part of being one to be neat.
Meditate. Islam says cleanliness is half of faith. That is, like, if you are clean, you've already fulfilled like half of your duties as a Muslim. So applying that, you can apply it in various ways, in different ways. You can apply it to your environment to prevent mosquitoes that cause malaria.
Malaria fever can be curtailed if the trained personnel and Nigerians generally take proactive steps towards achieving that purpose. Taibat Anifoshi for iMedia.